Hi friends, my name is Jenny Mano and welcome to my art channel. This is the fourth and final week of our Neurographic art series and it has been a blast. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Go ahead, grab your markers and some paper and let's get started. Hello friends. Welcome to this week's How To Tuesday. Okay, this is the last and final week of our Neurographic art. And as promised, I have grabbed, we did a lot of different ink things. I've grabbed, this is the final gusto, the grand finale, if you will, the firework display show. We're going to use, first of all, this is my, well, first of all, let me just say thank you. I get so excited about the supplies and getting right into teaching, but I know how important it is to thank you because the gratitude I have for you being here every week, showing up with me, and or that you've just found me for the first time is humongous. The abundance of just the love and the kindness and the generosity that I receive weekly because of these How To Tuesday videos is just, I turned to my husband one day and I said, this just feeds my soul. It feeds my soul, you know, so I'm super grateful. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so again, grand finale. So what I've grabbed is I just have my regular display of, you know, my black markers that we've been using this whole time. I have thick and thin Sharpies. I have super thick. This is actually chisel tip. Well, actually, I don't have a thin Sharpie this time. Chisel tip, and then just an extra fine, or no, fine point Sharpie. And then I have my Udi Posca paint pen in black. This is a 0.7, I think. Yeah, 0.7 millimeter. And that's that. And then these are also Udi Posca paint pens, just a different type of tip. These are white, and these are 3.1. I'm not entirely sure if I'm saying that properly because it's written in a different language. So, and then I have my Faber-Castell Pitt artist pens. I have two S's, and I think I have two F's, because those are sizes that I use a lot. Oh no, one F, one M, okay. Two S's, one M, one F. This is the F tip. This is the size I use a lot. And then this is M, it's just a little bit bigger than the F. And then these, I believe, are the smallers. Yeah, this is the S, and this is, I like this because, like the Copics I was using the last time, the tips were so fine that I felt like I kept bending them, and I just felt wrong. So those look a little sturdier, so we're gonna go with those. And then this is a B. I thought if I want to do some like fun, I always think of this because it reminds me of like an eyeliner pen, and I always think of it for the eyeliner when I do the eyes, because I tend to do like a thicker black line for eyeliner. And then I have a Deli permanent marker. It's a dual tip. It's just a felt. That's like a felt tip. And then this is, you know, kind of exactly like the Faber-Castell tips. So it's a fine and a thick. And then this one is a 0.8. It's a Derwent line marker, and it's bigger than the M, right? So there we go. Those are those. I just grabbed my mechanical pencil. This one is by Faber-Castell 0.5. My Tombow Mononoke eraser, which looks like I need to get more eraser. I'm starting to run low on that. And then I just have an array of fine liners. Stabilos, a lot of them are actually from my Sketchbox that I get. They send little sets every once in a while. But these are Stabilo fine liners. These are water soluble. So my fine liners usually go on at the very end if I do use them as detail work, like, you know, patterns and lines and dots and all that kind of stuff. I would not recommend using these and then going over it with a marker because it will activate them, because they are, the Stabilo ones especially, because they are water soluble. And here, as promised, I have my Prismacolor markers. I have so many more, but these are some of the colors that I tend to lean towards a lot. So I grabbed those. These are Prismacolor Premier, and they have a brush tip on that side. It's been a while since I've used these. And then like a firmer foam tip or felt tip on this side. And then I have my Neon Sharpies. Now, Neon Sharpies, these are not light fast. These will fade, which is a total bummer because I love the color. Most neon things will when it comes to markers. But I love them so much and they bring me joy. So they last as long as they last, and hallelujah. These are just, I have also a ton of these markers. there was a while there when I was doing my coloring books, when I was creating my coloring books for Amazon, when I would do sample pieces of my coloring books, I had a crap ton of colored Sharpies because that's what I used a lot. Same for the black. And then these, I haven't used these yet, but look at the colors. I think something's shifting in me, you guys, because I found a Prima watercolor palette that's a soft vintage color palette, soft colors, and I am not a pastel girl. I never have been, but you know, things are starting to shift. So, but these are kind of cool. These are called Sharpie S Note, and they have a chisel tip on them. Oop, a chisel tip. So that's kind of cool. We'll see. I may or may not use those. But these colors, let me just swatch these. Hang on just a sec, I'll be right back. Okay, so these colors, what they have. It's a Sharpie Creative Marker S Note. So that's, you know, your standard, but then it can go fine line, thick line. Oh, that's a good color. The one thing with Sharpies, as much as I love them, this one's actually pretty true to the color. A lot of the time the colors aren't true to the cap, which really is a bummer. But you know what? These are kind of. So if you're a calligrapher, that's pretty good. That's pretty close. If you are a calligraphy artist, I bow down to you, first of all. But this might be something you would dig. Super soft colors. I don't know. I took a calligraphy class in summer school one year. I know what. And I really enjoyed it, but that was many, many years ago. This is actually crazy. These are really true to color of the cap. Way to go, Sharpie. Okay, so those are those soft ones. These are called the S Note. I know some of you out there love this color palette, so I thought I would sample it for you to give you a shot, because I don't know if I'll use them, but I wanted you guys to see them. And then I'm going to flip this over and show you the neon ones. These are, and these have a cool, I don't know what it is, but I like the way they smell. They don't smell like regular Sharpies. Look at that color. Makes me so happy. That's not neon. That's not neon. Those aren't neon. I don't know why they call this neon, but that's what it says. That's pretty true. It's not very neon-y though. This one is. Look at this. Oh, makes me so happy. I might have to eat my words. Sharpies. Yeah, that's a good one too. These though, these three are truly like pow neon colors. So those are what those neons look like. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so those are those. And then we all know what Sharpies are, color Sharpies. So I just wanted to swatch those. These are those. These are the S Note, Sharpie S Note, and these are Sharpie Neon. Okay? Okay, okay, okay. And then I just, like I said, I have just an array of Sharpies. Try to grab the colors that I use a lot. Okay, so let's make some room. I'm gonna clean this up. First of all, again, thank you so much for being here. If you like what you're seeing and you're enjoying the How To Tuesdays, please like and subscribe and click the bell so you get the personal notification that a new video has dropped that week. I go every week, you guys. I have a lesson every week for you. That's a lot of lessons, and I'm having a lot of fun, you guys, especially with this whole neurographic thing. If you are not a member of my Next Generation Art page, Next Generation Art Facebook page, and you have fallen in love with the neurographic series, I highly recommend you join the page, because people are off the charts crazy mad in love with the neurographic art. Almost, I can't even tell you how many posts a day we see, especially I think it was last week's, where we did the magazine cutouts and then added our own stuff. Oh my goodness. The work that's happening on that page, holy, it's insane. It's so much fun. People are having such a good time. It makes my heart so happy to bring something to the world, to the public, to the community of art, to like just one, if it's something that you're, you know, if you practiced at it, you knew it already, it's just another vehicle for you to keep going. Or if it's brand new, especially when it's brand new to people and it's like an you know, an aha, eye-opening moment, because it's bringing so much, like, the practice of doing neurographic art, like I've said before, leans also somewhat to Zentangle. Zentangle's a little more confined or restrictive in a good way, because it's a lot of pattern repetitive making, where neurographic art is very loose and free, and the, you know, rounded edges and rounded corners and soft flowy lines, and yeah, it is, they lend themselves beautifully together, and people are just, they're overlapping at this point. You know, neurographic art is leading into bringing in Zentangle stuff, and, you know, I'm not mad at it. You're the artist, you're going to take it where you're going to take it. So some people, I've had people go, well, this really isn't neurographic art. You know, it starts out as neurographic art. You're learning about neurographic art. Where you take it is up to you, right? Where you take it is up to you. And that's really all it is. You know, that's really all it is. You could do the study on it. You could look up neurographic art and see what it does. It's really rewiring your brain to, and it's giving you the possibilities. It's showing you the possibilities of what, instead of following the standard rules of what an actual Zentangle is, what an actual portrait looks like, what an actual, you know, where the eyes go, where the nose go, where the mouth go. It's reteaching you, it's recreating pathways in your brain, your neurological pathways, to understand that it can be done differently. You're rewiring your brain. Like, we all have those pathways in our brains. This is scientific, you guys. All have those neurological pathways in our brains that have been well-worn groove brains. And it turns into what's called a survival brain, which is the part of our brain that, you know, reacts, it protects us because it's following those well-worn neural pathways. Like people, let's just use art as an example. Some people are very, very hard on themselves when it comes to art, but it's something that it was, you know, it's been nurtured. It's a behavior that's been nurtured, a thought process that's been nurtured because of the neuropathic, you know, the neuropathic, neuropathic brain pathways that have been created. It keeps going down those pathways because it's just trying to keep you safe, because it's well worn. So the frustration when you get to like, I just want to do this. Why am I so hard on myself? Why is this so difficult? Why can't I? Why? It's because those pathways that have been worn into the conscious, like to the mind, to the brain, and you're rewiring. This neurographic art is helping you rewire and allowing you ways and showing you ways of seeing things done differently. And it's okay. It's acceptable. You're not breaking any rules, especially when it comes to art. There's no way you can break rules when it comes to art. I really highly recommend learning the basics, so you have a basic base to your toolbox of art knowledge. But by all means, please break the rules. Please push yourself. Please try and explore and shut off those voices. That's what we call the critical thinker. Those are the neural pathways that are being, that you've worn down. Now, what we're doing with this type of art is creating new pathways. And the beautiful part is once you start to listen to the new pathways and create the new pathways, you learn to trust that it's actually okay to, you know, try something different, do something a different way, you know, have a different outlook or a thought process on something. And those things bleed into your personal life. Yeah, they bleed into your everyday life, which is why it's not just art, right? Sorry about the tangent, but this whole series, I've learned a lot, and this whole series, it's a lot of stuff that I have already known about, but I never really applied it to creativity, and I've loved this series. So, yeah. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sitting. If you sat and listened through that, I'm greatly appreciative, and I hope that it clicked in your brain and made some sense for you, and as to like really giving this a go. If you're somebody who also really loves, you know, a real-time, no ads, instructive video by me, I have those over on my Patreon channel, and I would be honored if you would go and check it out, okay? I'm going to clean up a little bit, give myself some space, and then we'll get started. I'll be right back.